Welcome to Mysterious Goings On. We're going to get right to the show after these messages. So, I've been looking for something to do in the interim between sending my manuscript for the next John Pilot mystery off to my editors and when it gets back to me and then I can send it to beta readers, etc. I wanted something though of a palate cleanser, and I've had a story knocking around in my head for years, literally. It was a concept, just an idea. I didn't know exactly how I'd execute it. Got kind of a sign that it was time to work on this recently when Kindle, or Amazon actually, rolled out Kindle Vella. Now, I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's a serialized fiction store, and it lets you unlock episodic, self-published stories via in-app purchases. So the new platform is a way for readers to discover new fiction and a new way for authors to generate revenue from the Kindle Direct Publishing service, which is where most of my stuff is published. While the name might suggest otherwise, though, I should tell you I've been getting these questions. Kindle Vella is not available on Amazon's Kindle e-readers, okay? The only way you're going to find it on Amazon is on Amazon.com or on the Kindle iOS app. No Android for now, sorry. To start with, the service will be limited, sorry again, to my international listeners and readers. It's only going to be available to U.S.-based authors who publish stories in English. Now, here's what you need to know. The serialized stories will run from 600 to 5,000 words per episode, with the first 3 offered for free. To see subsequent episodes, you'll need to pay for tokens, with prices ranging from $2 for 200 tokens up to $15 for 1,700 tokens. The latter will give you about 34 episodes, though prices per episode depend on the word count. The more words, the more you'll have to spend. Authors will receive 50% of the revenue, along with bonuses based on engagement with the app's social media style features. There's the thumbs up kind of thing, favorites, that kind of stuff. So to boost engagement, authors can speak directly to readers at the end of episodes to share story insights and behind-the-scenes content. So I can basically talk directly to you at the end of every episode. Episode is their word for chapters, by the way. I kind of like the episode thing. I like the serialized version. I like that feel. According to TechCrunch, since Amazon opened Vella to authors a few months ago, thousands of authors have published tens of thousands of Kindle Vella episodes across dozens of genres and microgenre. Authors appear to be interested as well. For example, they're quoting best-selling author Audrey Carlin in a statement. She says she's published close to 30 novels and enjoying the adventure of writing the marriage auction in this new format. And whether or not the format takes off now depends on you, listeners, the readers. And it's really simple to try it out. You just have to visit Kindle Vella. Just go to Amazon and look for Kindle Vella. So what is my foray into this? Well, my story is being serialized is called The Sign. Here's the log line. As the world still burns after a deadly plague, a man survives alone with his guilt, dreams, and the mindless hordes wandering the once tranquil streets of his neighborhood, looking for blood. In this lonely purgatory, he desperately looks for any sign that he is not alone. And when it appears, he has a choice. Trust his instincts or give in to his despair. What will he do? Okay, so every Friday, you can get a new episode from me. Now, I will tell you straight up, the first 3 episodes are on there are free, and then, like you heard me say earlier, you can buy some tokens, which are very cheap, to keep reading. And just a few notes about how I'm approaching this. First of all, this is not completely seat of the pants kind of stuff. It is thought out and written and rewritten a few times before I post it. But I'm not sending it off to my editor. To me, that would defeat the purpose. There's just not enough money in it to me to pay an editor to do this. So you're getting stories edited by me, written by me. There's always some pitfalls with that. I'll just tell you, yes, this is my take on the dystopian genre. There's not the Z word being used here because it's really not 100% about that. It's really more about, and I don't want to get too deep here, but I think we've all, the past couple of years in particular, but maybe longer. I know for me it's been longer. It's been like the past 5 or 6 years. I've just been looking for certain signs in my life and looking for certain green lights that I'm hoping the universe will turn on for me when I get to certain intersections. And I thought, well, it's not exactly original to go to the end of the world to tell a story, but I like what I've done. Is it self-indulgent? Hell yes. Is it dramatically different from other things I've done? I think so. First of all, it's in first person. Everything is through the eyes of the lead, of this character, of one character. It's through his eyes, and you're in his head, and you see what he sees. There's no grand sweep here. There's no, third person omniscient view here. There's not me as a writer being the narrator telling you what this guy's doing. This guy is telling you what he's doing. And I came upon that structure for a couple of reasons. I think one reason being I got so used to being a podcaster talking directly to you, and I thought, I wanted this to be kind of, since it's serialized too, I kind of want this to be this guy's post-apocalyptic podcast, so to speak. I don't know. That sounds silly, but that's one part of it. The other part is I think that I like the down and dirty nature of just you're just living it as he goes. Now, it's tricky to write because there are flashbacky things. He in his own mind, he's thinking back to things that happened, and you have to kind of very carefully telegraph that to a lot of readers, because a lot of them, they're not going to get it. They're going to be like, what? He was just doing this, and now this person showed up. I thought he was alone. So you have to try, or I have to try to make that clear to readers. I try as best I can with what little talent I have. So there's those aspects of it, which I enjoy. You know me, I can't get around not poking a little fun at the genre itself, and some comments I've made for years kind of work their way in here. Is this guy John Pilot? Is a question I've gotten already. I'm like, no, this is not John Pilot. This guy, no. And he's bedeviled by guilt and conscience, but he's not got a doppelganger or whatever you want to call it. He doesn't have a Simon. He's just like any of us. I would like to think, if we were stuck in the situation trying to survive on his own. So it's not John Pilot. It is not in the John Pilot universe, obviously. I will tell you, too, that there are a finite number of episodes written now. I'll just tell you, there's about 10 as of this recording date. We'll see. Basically, there is an ending. And if it were just to go get wildly crazy and popular, well, who knows? But as of this recording, if you got in there and you read the first 3 free episodes, which are available right now on Kindle Vella, then I think you should let me know. Give me some thumbs up and some faves, and then, of course, start just throwing a few bucks to get some tokens to see how it keeps going for the next several episodes after that. Again, the story is called The Sign. It is kind of a fictional palate cleanser for me as a writer, just between the John Pilot stuff. And I like this format. I think it's fun, and I think it's easy to access. Yeah, it's counterintuitive that it's on Kindle Vella, but you can't access it on your Kindle. But in a way, that's cool. You can read it on your phone. I had a friend, talk to me about it. And I said, look, we all do it. So I just tell you, these are bite-sized stories. You can read each episode while you're in the bathroom. So there you go. And that was the last thing I guess I can mention about it is we have a lot of leeway to get into thousands of words per episode, and I purposely don't do that. I keep it pretty short. I think there's 1 or 2 episodes that are more than 1,000 words, but I generally try to keep them around 600-700 words, because I feel that they're the best shot I have at getting an audience and retaining them is to not waste their time. So not that a longer story wastes time, but for me, I just believe it should be go, 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 and it should be something that if you're standing in line literally at the store or in the drive-thru at the bank, that you can possibly get through an episode, that kind of thing. Or, as I said, when you're taking care of business in the bathroom. So again, it's called The Sign. It is on Kindle Vella. There'll be a link in the show notes. I hope you'll listen to it. And while I got you here, though, John Pilot Mysteries, just as an update here, it is with my editor. He's had a couple of things happen where he's a little behind. I trust Robert, and I trust he'll give me some good notes. So as of this recording on Monday, August 30th, it's due today or tomorrow. I'm going to assume tomorrow. Sorry, Robert. And I'll get that, and I will look in his notes, and I will try to integrate the things I think make sense and rewrite the things he wants me to rewrite, and I'll get that done. And then I will actually start putting the book in production to create the ARCs, which are advanced reader copies. And if you are one of the dozen people who signed up on Facebook to be a beta reader, you'll get that soon, and I'll be in touch. So the plan is for the book to be released on Halloween, and we'll have a cover reveal and a title reveal coming up right about the time I send the beta books out. So anyway, that's about it. Don't forget to check out mgopod.com for lots of episodes and links and autograph book links and all that stuff, merchandise. You can all find that there. And of course, please, if you have not gotten caught up on the John Pilot mysteries, you've got a couple of months to get in there and do that. And if you are caught up, then I can think of nothing better than to pick up or to follow The Sign on Kindle Vella. I mean, if you were looking for a sign to try something new from Alex Greenwood, there you have it. This episode is brought to you by Spotify and Anchor, your source for the best in music, podcasts, and more. You can also be someone who helps bring more to your life with Mysterious Goings On by being a listener supporter. Please click on the link in our show notes and you will be offered 3 tiers for support. We have a 99-cent per month tier, $4.99 per month, and $9.99 per month. You can buy it with Google Pay or use with a credit card instead. This helps keep the show going. I could use your support if you really enjoy Mysterious Goings On, and lots of you have since 2016. We'd love to keep going, and some listener support like you would be very, very helpful to me in keeping the show moving right along there. So, as I always say at the end of every show, keep reading, but also keep listening, and please consider supporting Mysterious Goings On. Thanks so much for listening to Mysterious Goings On. Don't forget we have a complete archive of all of our interviews, monologues, updates, live readings, dead readings. All of that stuff is available at mgopod.com. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to us so you never miss an episode. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the usual suspects. Please join us there. Again, don't forget, mgopod.com also has links where to find me on social media and how to get in touch in case you want to be a guest here on the show. Well, I think it's time that I move on for this week, but until next time, keep reading.